Now, join us on the program right now, editor of Officer.com, Mr. Frank Borelli. Frank, how you doing, sir?
I am well, Cam. How are you?
I'm good. I saw this story yesterday and thought, this is just one of those things I really want to talk to Frank Borelli about. Camden, New Jersey, which is most dangerous town in America, according to homicide rate right now. Last year, they laid off about half of their police force. The rest of the police force looks like is going to be laid off by the end of the year anyway, and a brand new police force, a county-run force, is going to be assembled while the current force is being dismantled, and hopefully there's going to be some sort of seamless transition, and the people of Camden aren't going to suffer. I know that Governor Christie's on board with this, but I got to tell you, Frank, I'm a little concerned here for the people of Camden. If the cops are allowed to run this and are allowed to assemble this department without the bureaucrats getting involved and everything having to be done in triplicate and quadruplicate, then maybe they can do this. But I'm a little concerned, man.
Well, I tell you, first and foremost, my heart goes out to all the people, all the police officers that are being laid off.
Well,
Today's economy, you're looking at, I think the article said 270 officers are still left, and that's half. So 270 have already lost their job, 270 more are going to lose their job. And then it says less than half of the existing officers are going to be able to join this new Camden Metro Police Division. So the cynic in me wonders if there isn't some kind of political hoopla going on behind the scenes anyway. If the police agency, the FOP, whatever, wasn't deemed too powerful, and this was a way that they could find better control or whatever. Like I said, I'm a cynic. It's 30 years of police work,
right?
But I do feel bad too. Then for at the moment we're talking about a police department that exists on paper. They're talking about standing up by the end of the year. I've seen 5-man agencies take 2 years to get up and running, and they're talking about one of having 400 officers. I don't think they can do it.
See, that's what really concerns me. And you're right. I feel for the officers, but I also feel for the people of Camden who live in a really violent city. And the level of policing has been cut dramatically over the past couple of years. And again, they're being told, Frank, to have faith in these officials that haven't done anything, haven't been able to improve public safety in Camden for decades, by and large. I mean, there was a brief period of time when the crime rate was dropping, but those days seem to be long gone.
Let's remember that the courts have said repeatedly, police departments have no responsibility to protect the individual. They're there to maintain the public peace. So ultimately, every individual is responsible for their own safety, defense, and protection, whether the police department exists or not. Now, certainly we love the deterrent factor of having a police department. Certainly I love the fact that I got paid to be a police officer for 30 years, and I was able to help a lot of people and have a positive impact in their lives.
Right.
Ultimately, the people in Camden, they have the power to vote. The politicians answer to them. They got to understand that as a city, they're giving up the power to control. I mean, if you're a mayor, you answer to the vote. Now, the people in Camden are going to be answering. Essentially, the police department's going to answer to whatever county executive or county officials they have. Camden's going to have a whole lot less say and be less of a priority for the county. So I don't see things getting better for them, really. I mean, again, not to be a cynic, but 400, 500, 600 cops, if it's answering to the county, it's not going to be focused on Camden like Camden Police is or would be.
Well, no, that's exactly right. And Camden County is a pretty big place. We were talking about this last night. Camden County is not just comprised of Camden. And so, are some of these communities that, frankly, may have less crime, but financially may be supporting this police force more than the tax base in Camden, New Jersey. Are they going to have even a legitimate claim for more police protection, more police coverage? Are you going to see those squabbles start?
Oh, probably. But, I got to wonder, does the county already have some kind of police department? Most counties in the country have some kind of constitutional they have a sheriff. They have some kind of constitutional requirement for a law enforcement entity. I can't help but wonder if there isn't already there. And if that's not the point, county executives notoriously hate their sheriffs because sheriffs are elected, so they can't be fired. You have a police department. This happened in my own home county in Calvert County almost a decade ago in Maryland. We had a sheriff who was going out. The county officials said, we're tired of having a sheriff's department. We're going to have a police department, and we'll take all the deputies and we'll make them police officers, and we'll hire a police chief. And it actually ended up being on a referendum vote, and the citizenry said, wait, no, The sheriff answers to us. Police chief's a political appointee, and we've had that conversation as well.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be an entirely different political structure for Camden County, and certainly it's going to impact the services the people within the city get. I just don't see anything good coming from this for the citizenry in Camden City.
Generally speaking, Frank, I realize Camden is kind of a special case, but are the public safety layoffs still continuing around the country?
Still what, sir?
Still continuing. I know that going back a couple of years, we talked about the budget cuts that a lot of cities and counties were having to go through, and we were seeing cuts to public safety budgets. Have those cuts stabilized, or are they still continuing?
I tell you what, I just saw a study from the Police Executive Research Forum from PERF, which is comprised of a whole bunch of retired officers, police chiefs and such from around the country, and they said that 47% of the police agencies in the country today have some kind of hiring freeze in effect. And if there's a hiring freeze, that means that they're shrinking because they're not replacing retirees, they're not replacing injured in the line of duty, they're not replacing killed in the line of duty. So by attrition, these agencies are shrinking because there's a hiring freeze. 47% of them in the country today are getting smaller. We're still seeing the numbers go down. 6 years ago, 900,000 cops. Today, it's a little more than 700,000. And then you look what's going on in Camden. I mean, the numbers we're still economically hurting. That's going to keep impacting public safety. The citizens are going to have to look to themselves to protect themselves and their property, their families.
Absolutely. It'd be great if the state of New Jersey made it easy and, in fact, possible for people in Camden to do that.
I thought we were there in Maryland, but the Attorney General here managed to file another appeal, another stay, more hearings in October. I thought we were getting ready to get our shall issue in place yesterday, in fact. And they got it delayed again.
Yeah, I thought it was going to happen as well. The original judge, the district judge, decided to let the stay expire. But as you mentioned, the Attorney General appealed to the Fourth Circuit, and they kept the stay in place while they expedited the trial. So hopefully, Frank, this is a delay and just a slight delay for Maryland to become a shell issue.
Buying time to get their ducks in a row for training requirements and paperwork process, but they're notoriously anti-gun. They've made it a huge pain in the rear end for retired officers to get a LEOSA certification. My wife's paperwork's done. We're waiting to put the stamp on the envelope until the time is right, so we'll see what happens.
All right. Listen, Frank, appreciate you joining us, and look forward to doing it again soon.
Thanks for having me, Cam. Stay safe.
You bet. Frank Borelli, editor of Officer.com.